Libra. My name is Tanya, and I'm going to be doing an October mid-month update for you. We're going to see how the rest of October is going to play out, or what messages my guides, your guides, the angels have for you for the remainder of October. So let's see what is in store for Libra for the remainder of October. Okay. All right, let's begin. We have the Chariot, the Fool, the Nine of Imps, the Eight of Bats, and the Five of Bats. So what I'm getting overall here is there is some sort of major life thing, possibly like a new beginning or a new endeavor, something you may be entering into with excitement. You may get anxious about it. You may have some anxiety closer toward the end of the month, or maybe there's an underlying anxiety for this project. And you may even be challenged about it or come into conflict with someone else about it. So why do I say all of that? We have the Chariot here, which is about moving, about taking action, about taking control, taking the reins of your life or a situation, and choosing the directions you want to go. So you need to make a conscious choice here. The movement is going to happen, and it's best that you make a choice one way and the other and how you want things to go. Pick a direction and head in that direction. Head that way. And then we have the Fool. The Fool is about starting a new journey, starting something new. And they're excited about it. They trust that everything's going to work out. It's brand new. It's shiny to them. And they just have faith that everything is going to work out the way that it is supposed to. And then we come to the Nine of Imps, which is the equivalent of the Nine of Wands. This is a fire element. So it's passion. It's creativity. And the 9 is you're very close to the end of a cycle in some way. So you're coming to the end of one thing and the beginning of this new thing. You're starting to feel this excitement and this need to make this decision. And I think these two are tied together. Make the decision. So there's some final piece you need to do, some final step you need to take in order to finish something. And you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, but you're just done with it already, but there's something you have to do to tie up the loose ends and finish it up. So this is saying, keep going. Don't stop now. Don't give up. I know you're tired. I know you're exhausted, but you're not done yet, and you have the energy to see it through. So this is just encouraging you to push through and finish the goal. Reach the goal, finish it, tie up the loose ends, so that you can move on. And it could be that part of tying this up is where you're choosing this direction. Because once you make this decision here, you know what the final things need to do to be here. But then we have the Eight of Bats, which is the equivalent of Swords. The Eight of Swords are about our thoughts and communication, decisions. So you do have some anxiety possibly attached to these decisions that you need to make. There's an underlying anxiousness. There's this feeling that you might be trapped, but it is only in your head. It's not a reality. It's a fear. You're feeling fear, which is a good thing, right? Fear asks us to be cautious, to pay attention to what is going on. So there's something you need to pay attention to here to make sure things are getting done, but you do need to take an action. The Eight of Bats typically is, it's not a tight, you're not tied up tightly, right? It's toilet paper, tissue paper. It's easy for you to break free if you choose to break free. So you just have to take the steps forward, the steps needed to achieve freedom from those fears, from those thoughts. So this is encouraging you to take the steps, to make the decision. Yes, it is scary, but once you're past that, once you make that decision, once you take that step, a lot of that fear, a lot of that anxiety will drop away. And then we come to the 5 of bats. Again, an air element. The swords, 5 of swords. 5s are usually about a challenge, a conflict, a competition. In this case, part of your decision may be that requires that you leave someone behind, or that you do have a victory over someone else, and it may be a bittersweet thing. You may feel bad about what you're doing, about the decision that you make, but it has to be done. The challenge here is to push past, again, and it might play into the 8 of bats here, where you have that internal conflict going on about the people that you're leaving behind, about the things you might be leaving behind, and how you think things should be going, or you shouldn't have to make these decisions. But you do. That's the position you're in right now. And it's up to you to get yourself out of it. It's up to you. Only you can make this decision. Only you can take the steps needed to bring something to completion, so that you can move on to the next stage of your life, to the next big thing in your life. Otherwise, you're going to keep feeling like you're trapped and like you can't move, and that life is unfair in some ways if you don't. So you don't want to stay stuck in that. You want to push through, and you want to move up to the next level. You want to push on to the next thing. Let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. The 7 of ghosts. This is the equivalent of the 7 of cups. Cups are about our emotions. So once you make this decision, and it's raining right now, hopefully that's not too intense. Once you make this decision, a lot of opportunities are going to open up for you, especially from an emotional perspective. You're going to have this sense of emotional freedom, right? You're no longer tied down and tied to the past, or tied to things that used to lock you up, that used to freeze you in place. Being able to push past that frees you up and unlocks some emotions for you, or gives you a lot of opportunities, a lot of choices that are open up to you. And I think that's a goal for you, is to open up so that you don't feel confined anymore. You want the freedom to express yourself in whatever way feels right to you. That's what this is about. Giving you that freedom to express yourself emotionally. Giving yourself the freedom to be true with yourself, true with your emotions and how you're feeling, truly feeling about certain things. But a lot of things open up to you, and you have choices in how you're going to respond, and choices in different choices in the emotions that you're choosing to let go. That's coming through. So there may even be some memories or something tied to this decision that are going to be things that you're leaving behind, and you can choose at this time which pieces you want to leave behind and where you want to go forward. Which emotions do you want to pull forward? Which emotions do you want to focus on next? So emotional freedom is the ultimate goal here, is what I'm getting. So let's pull an oracle card. And see what it has for you for Libra here for mid-October update. We have the in-between. So I know this came up for at least one other person at the beginning of October. I don't know if it was you. But the in-between, this is you. You are in that stage of completing one thing so that you can begin another. So you're in this stage of transition, this stage of seeing what you want. So you're leaving this behind. They're walking away from it. They've walked through the mirror. They're leaving behind the things that no longer work, the things that aren't for them anymore. This may even tie, this part here even may tie in where this is someone you're leaving behind, but it's a toxic thing. It's a toxic relationship for you. It's something that does not support you and does not help raise your vibrations. They're just staying in a certain mindset and certain attitudes and beliefs that that you just don't suit you anymore, because you've grown past that. So this is you in the process of making this decision to go out on your own, to reach out to new people, to move to a new place, to make changes that benefit you, make changes that raise your vibrations and bring you up. And yes, there is some of that connection there that is hard to let go. Again, that's this part here and even some of this here, but you're ready. You are ready to take those steps. You are ready to move on. You just have to clear up some loose ends and you'll be ready to go. So go get it done, Libra. That's what I have for you for your mid-October update. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe and help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic, fantastic journey.